Yo, this is Soul Drum 86 bringing you another video. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Ultimate Edition Comic-Con exclusive, though they were also selling it on Mattel Creations. But this is the Comic-Con exclusive Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 12. This was like a big night for me as a Shawn Michaels fan. And it was pretty cool because so I mean, a lot of you who have been around the channel for a while now, I tell a lot of stories about me and my brother watching wrestling together, and we were always, for the most part, not 100%, but for the most part, we were always on the separate end of like who we wanted to win the match. Um, Typically, when I was a kid, I would always be for the babyface. My brother would always be for the heels. My brother is a big Shawn Michaels fan, but because my brother loves the heel characters so much, my brother got issues, man. I say that in the best way, man. I love him, but he always likes the bad guys. Like he always likes the bad guys, but and like not just with wrestling. Like he loves the villains, man. But um he was always into the heel characters in wrestling, and I was always into the baby faces. But anyways, I had already started to become a big Shawn Michaels fan in 1995. That was when he became my favorite wrestler. Other than that, like before, like 1994 and before, I was always rooting against Shawn Michaels. Not the rocker Shawn Michaels, but when he split up with Marty Jannetty and I mean, dude, I can't remember a time back in like in those years that I rooted for Shawn Michaels. I mean, the ladder match with Razor Ramon, the first one at WrestleMania 10, I wanted Razor Ramon to win. Anyways, fast forward, just giving you a rundown real quick, but fast forward to the 1995 Royal Rumble where he's the first one to enter. British Bulldog is number 2. It ends up with the both of them. They were the last two left. It looks like Shawn Michaels is eliminated, but lo and behold, it was only 1 foot in the infamous, and I know you guys remember it. I always laugh at it now, but Vince McMahon, 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot. Like, man, Vince McMahon's commentary sometimes would be hilarious. Anyways, that literally was the moment that Shawn Michaels became my favorite wrestler, and it never changed ever since then. So, 1996, WrestleMania 12. Man, my brother's a huge Bret Hart fan, and he wanted, of course, Bret Hart to win the match. And now, those of you who recall, in the Iron Man match that they had, it went the whole time and nobody got a pinfall. So it was a draw. And so logically, it's like, okay, Bret Hart keeps the belt because it was a draw. My brother's celebrating, he's all happy. And then, they make the announcement, the referee has informed me there has to be a winner. And Bret Hart has to come back to the ring carrying the belt over his shoulder. He's pissed off. And then pretty much that's when the match is like sudden death rules. And you know what happened? Shawn Michaels, HBK, became the World Wrestling Federation champion. And it was awesome. Very, very awesome moment. And so I had to get this figure. Now, I did at one point have the regular Elite, but I've long since gotten rid of that one. I ended up selling that one. The regular Elite release was okay, but I didn't like it as much as I liked my other Shawn Michaels figures, and I have a lot of them, as you can probably see some of them in the back. But yeah, I don't know. As a matter of fact, for the sake of this video, let me see. Yeah, I gotta reach around. Gotta reach. All right. All right. So I will do a comparison later. I'm not about to put. I got another Ultimate Edition Shawn Michaels in my hand. I know you guys know the figure. I'm gonna do a. You know what? Let me do the comparison now. I was gonna wait. Let me do the comparison now. Look at that. Both of these Shawn Michaels, man, are like two of the best ones that they have made. Literally, two of the best ones that they've made. As a matter of fact, I'm about to get another one real quick because there's another Shawn Michaels that's dope too. And this is the defining moments Shawn Michaels. These 3 Shawn Michaels figures right here are like some of my favorite ones, if not my favorite ones that they've made. Just awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Then the other Ultimate Edition Shawn Michaels is good too. The DX one. Huh. And I do have that one as well. You know what? Let's make it, we want to make it a Shawn Michaels party. Let's make it a Shawn Michaels party. So here we go. Yeah, there we go. These 4 Shawn Michaels right here, love them. Love them. Now, this figure does have some loose joints, unfortunately. I think it was the way that he was put in the package because he is in a pose. Because if you guys remember, when he was making his entrance for WrestleMania, he came in and he ziplined. And so he's in the box that way. And this is... So, like, if you have, like, an arena setup, you could probably make this cord, like, bigger, add like length to it. You could probably have him actually like, zip lining down to the ring. So that's pretty cool. But the way he was in the package, I think over time it made his joints get a little bit loose. So I didn't like the fact that his joints were loose. That's just me. I didn't like it. I will show the head sculpts right now. Now, I think I'm going to leave this figure like this in his entrance gear because, I mean, that's kind of, I don't know. I typically do that when Shawn Michaels does come with the entrance gear. I keep him in it. It just only makes sense to do so. And plus, it looks cool. it just looks really cool. But here's the after the match head sculpt. He's getting emotional, he's holding the belt. And then, okay, wait, we have, okay. So this head sculpt is the one that you typically want if you're, hold on, let's focus up, man. If you want him zip lining because the ponytail is a separate piece and you can just peg the ponytail in like that. So then he's zip lining and then it has the effect of his hair going back. So yeah. I'm not going to use that head sculpt personally. It ain't my cup of tea. But let's change Shawn Michaels up a bit, man. Let's change him up a bit. Let's take these arms out, which they do pop out really easy. I do love that about the Ultimate figures. You can really take the joints and, well, don't make me look like a liar now. All right, let's see. But yeah, man, Shawn Michaels, man, has always been like the guy, right? Like that dude. And I was very happy that I got to see him live. My first wrestling pay-per-view that I ever went to was it's not the only pay-per-view that I went to, but my first one was SummerSlam 1996 in Cleveland, where he fought Vader. And that was awesome because our seats were good. And just to be able to see Shawn Michaels live, that was everything. That was everything. It was my first event. It was my first live WWE event. It was my first pay-per-view. And then also to see Shawn Michaels, like you can't beat that, man. You really cannot beat that. I actually want to rewatch that SummerSlam. I do it from time to time. I'll watch like little parts of it. I've never watched it in its entirety though. And unfortunately, my brother and I and his friend, we are not on camera because we're on the opposite side. So there's moments where I try to look for us, like when a wrestler is coming out to make their entrance. That's like the best time that you would be able to see us, but it's still not where the camera is. So, for the most part, it's not where the hard cam is, so you can't see us. But we had great seats. One of the things that I remember about that night, for some reason, very random. Now, I don't know if this father and son were sitting in the wrong spots for a while, but they finally sat next to us during the Undertaker and Mankind Boiler Room match. And I was like, man, they came so late. And I remember the kid crying when Undertaker lost. Woo, that was crazy. I mean, he was getting emotional, but I understood. I understood, man. I as a kid at that time, I get it. I get it. But all right, so I took the ring gear off of Shawn Michaels. I didn't want to do all of that on camera. It's kind of tough. By the way, this waist is tough to move. Like it is frozen. It is locked up. It feels like it is super glued. I'm probably gonna have to use. Actually, I might not even really worry about it with this one because, like I said, I am gonna leave him posed in his entrance gear. Um, but yeah. And the head sculpt that I will put on him is the after the match head sculpt. And in the process, I'll show some of the other hands that he comes with. He does come with two open hands. As a matter of fact, that's the ones I'll put the other open hand on that too. Oh my goodness. There's parts about this figure that just, the joints are either really stiff or they are really loose. I'll tell you what, with the drop down joint, this is like the furthest I've seen them go down on the Ultimate Edition figures. I don't know if this is like originally how it's supposed to work because it looks like it is. This is with like import figures. That's how far the import figures, do a leg drop down. I have a few SH Figure Arts and Mafex, superhero figs that do that, and it drops down pretty far. This Shawn Michaels looks pretty good, man. I'm just saying. It looks like it is pretty much the same body as the Fan Takeover Amazon exclusive Ultimate Edition Shawn. But yeah, this looks sweet. This looks sweet. I'm glad. I am just glad that I have this version of Shawn Michaels again in this ring attire, because this ring attire is dope. I love it. I love the hearts, the color scheme, like all of that, man. The silver and gold, that just looks really good. That looks really, really, really good. But yeah, this is dope, man. I like the sculpt. It's weird because I mean it's interesting the way that they sculpted this figure. It looks pretty accurate because Shawn Michaels was in shape around this time. Like, I want to say Shawn Michaels from 1995 to like 1990. Was it what 1998? 1995 to 1998. Shawn Michaels was in like the best shape of his life because I remember he still had a lot of body fat on him after the Rockers, like when he first split, when he split up from Marty Jannetty and when he first went on his own. He had muscle, but he was also like big, like, and then he lost all of that body fat, man. I'm curious how much body fat this dude had because he was in like peak condition. I think this figure captures it pretty well. I'm just saying, I think they really do capture it pretty well. It looks pretty dope. But I do like this face sculpt, even though this, of course, is, after the match, because his eyes are closed. Like I said, he's emotional at this moment. Still looks really, really good. Like, honestly, and I don't even know where I put it. Oh, right here. Honestly, if you wanted to, you could pose him like this on your shelf. It's just that when he comes with all of that ring entrance gear, you just kind of want it on him. That's just how I feel about it. When Shawn Michaels finally comes with his ring entrance, it's hard to not have him on your shelf like that. It's just like the defining moment, Shawn. Like, I can't have him not in this when he's just sitting on the shelf. Like, if I'm doing figure photography, then yeah. Now, this face sculpt is pretty sweet. I do like this face sculpt for Shawn. This is one of the best ones that they've done. This defining moment, Shawn Michaels. Um, I think the Ultimate Shawn Michaels head sculpts are pretty good too. Don't get me wrong. Like this, you could definitely tell this is Shawn Michaels. They do a way better job with Shawn Michaels' face than they do Bret Hart faces. For some weird reason. I don't know. I don't know why that is. I really don't. But seems like a conspiracy. I'm just saying they always mess up Bret Hart's face. But Bret Hart figures do come out really well. I will say that. Like overall, Bret Hart figures come out really well. It's just the face is like, who is that? But this is a pretty cool Shawn Michaels figure. So I'm very happy that I do have once again this version of Shawn Michaels. Oh, also another issue that I had with the Elite version that came out years ago. It didn't have the knee pads, and so this one has the knee pads. I remember for a while, a lot of Shawn Michaels figures would not come with knee pads, and it was very weird. They wouldn't even sculpt them on. Like, it was so odd to have like Shawn Michaels with no knee pads. I'm like, dude, he wears knee pads. It's just there's hearts on the knee pads as well. So it was a weird choice when Mattel kept doing that for so long. And I think they finally started listening to people because more and more Shawn Michaels figures that we get, he's finally starting to have his knee pads. Because why not? Why not? But this looks good, man. I cannot complain. This Shawn Michaels figure is off the chain. That rhymed. But yeah, man, I dig it. I really do. Like I said, it's kind of hard, man. I'm looking at this right now and I'm like, do I want him on the shelf like this? I just think that looks pretty sweet. I do. You know? It's pretty cool to have it's kind of cool to have a figure on the shelf that represents after the match, you know, like tired, worn out, but you're happy you're the champ. Like, look at that pose. Like, this just looks pretty cool, man. I really do like it, guys. Now I don't know what to do. Now I don't know what to do. I don't know if I want to have them like this or not. This looks pretty sweet. Man, these Ultimate Edition figures, I love them. I'm trying to think, man. There's so many other Shawn Michaels ring attires that they need to make an action figure form. One in particular is when he fought Undertaker at the In Your House pay-per-view. And they were the black tights. And you know, my boy ODC, he's gonna know the color scheme way better than me. But they were like the black pants, and I think the hearts had gold in them, and I think they had like blue and gold, and then black trunks. It was something like that, man. Because ODC has the ring attires down packed, and I do too for the most part. But I would love that version of Shawn Michaels done, and honestly, in Ultimate Edition form. Another set that we need is Dudes with Attitude. Jax Pacific, they had one when Jax used to make the WWE figures. They actually had a set with Diesel and Shawn Michaels, a 2-pack, and it was the Dudes with Attitude. Mattel needs to get on it and do that. I do feel like it's coming. I don't know when, but Mattel has started to make a lot of them that I wanted them to make. So, for example, Jax had a 2-pack of Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels, and it came with the two Intercontinental titles, and it came with the ladder. The ladder, I believe, in the package was in between them. And as a matter of fact, me and ODC, when we did a podcast together, it was like a live stream video. We talked about wanting Mattel to do a 2-pack of the ladder match from WrestleMania 10. And what did they come out with last year? The 2-pack from WrestleMania 10. So I feel like they are going to do a Dudes with Attitude. And if they do, it's got to be Shawn Michaels wearing the black trunks with the blue hearts and the white boots, the all white boots. And it's got to say Dudes with Attitude on the back of his tights. Because it didn't say Heartbreak Kid when he had those specific pants on. So yeah, we have to get that going. But Yeah, man, I had to get this review out, man, because I was actually gonna wait a little bit, but I was like, man, I'm having too much fun posing this figure around, man. I've been posing this figure around, trust me, guys. Like I mentioned the loose joints. They're not, I guess they're really not too loose because as I'm hopeful, the legs a little bit. Like the legs feel, but also at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if that's just that drop down mechanism actually working like it should. Because for a lot of the ultimate figures, when you try to do the drop down method, it comes down like a little bit. But Shawn Michaels comes down a lot, you know? So I don't know. I don't know. Real quick before I end this video, because we are nearing the end. Oh, come on. Come on. Ooh. All right. So, for the end of this video, I will, geez, I will pose. See this? All right, hold on real quick. This arm right here is so stiff. Like it moves. Don't get me wrong. And I mean, you would rather have your figures be a little stiff than more like loose and looks feeling like it's gonna break. Anyways, here we go. Oops. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. I gotta get this right. I gotta get this right. And there we have it. There we have it. Hold on, Earl Hebner. This is the only referee figure that I have, and I can't even. I think I got it off of Amazon like years ago, because they actually sold him by himself. Something that I wish Mattel would start to do. Like, I want a Howard Finkel figure. We have one, but it was a build a figure. I don't like build a figures, especially if I got to get guys I don't want. I don't like doing that. We've had build a figure old school referees and current referees, like in the the white and black striped shirt and all of that. Just sell referees separately. They will make money. Like, trust me, they will make money, Mattel. Especially Howard Finkel, man. Why wouldn't you sell Howard Finkel by itself? They sold Mean Gene by himself. They have a build a figure Mean Gene because it comes with a different suit. But I'm like, man, just give us referees. So we got this out of place Jax, Earl Hebner. So here we go. Like, look at that. Look at that. I love it, guys. I'm just saying. Looks beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Now that is the end of this video. It's probably one of my longest like reviews. But there was a lot of story to it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of story to this, man. I felt like it needed to be talked about in this. It was only right. It was only right. But let me know what you guys feel in the comment section if you even have this figure. I think it's sold out on Mattel Creations now, but some people have it for a decent price on eBay. So we'll just check it out if you don't have it. I think because he was like $50 on Mattel Creations. But on eBay, he was like, somebody was selling them for like 60, which wasn't a bad price. Somebody was selling them for like 70, and then there's like, so I mean, it hasn't gone too crazy, but it is what it is. But yeah, let me know if you guys feel in the comments, man. It's your boy, Soul Drum 86, and I'm out. Peace.